All right, good afternoon, and welcome to the session for developing applications with AI. I'm going to be talking a lot about not just what Oracle has to offer, but how a lot of our customers already use what Oracle has to offer to build applications for their unique needs. All right, that's me. I'm the Senior Vice President that manages OCI's developer platform. Developer platform includes everything that customers use to store their software, build it, test it, deploy it, and operate it across the 70-odd regions that we have at OCI. I also manage the container services and serverless platform for Oracle Cloud. Let's begin. So this isn't news to anybody. This has been known for a very, very long time. AI does have the potential to improve business outcomes, so your goals, your profits, your margins, by orders of magnitude. However, organizations are still struggling to figure out how to use AI to get the business outcome and the goal that they want to achieve, that their CFOs want to achieve. We here at Oracle have built a comprehensive platform for development. It is designed for our customers at all layers, as you will see throughout the presentation, to build intelligent applications to meet your real-world needs. Whether you are a partner, you are a customer, you are a platform for other customers, we have something for you. With that, I want to begin with talking about how AI is already embedded into every layer of this stack. So as you can see, we have AI embedded in our infrastructure. For those of you who attended Clay's talk today, you already saw the different types and the wide expansion of infrastructure that we at OCI have. Data, we at Oracle, we are the best at handling data. We have a lot of AI in that layer as well. I will talk a little bit about our AI services that your applications can easily connect to embed AI in its workflow. And then last but not the least, for those of you who attended Steve Miranda's talk earlier today, in SaaS applications, one of our largest SaaS applications being Fusion applications, you already saw how AI was embedded for free in those workflows by default. We're going to talk a little bit about how the applications that you use above SaaS in your workflows can also be integrated with AI through Oracle Integration Cloud. All right, let's begin with a quick overview of the extensive platform that Oracle has. As you can see in the very bottom, that distributed cloud, that is any type of cloud in any country, in any region, operated either by us or by alloy operators or by sovereign operators. We offer the entire portfolio. Our AI infrastructure has world-class superclusters with RDMA networking, making for some of the world's biggest superclusters running on OCI. Not only do we have great compute, we also have block object and file storage systems, our Lustre file storage systems, to help AI workloads get the most out of, in the form of output. The next layer up is all about AI services. If you can see, the AI services that exist in the dark blue boxes have been there with Oracle and OCI for many, many years. The ones that are highlighted are some things that we have launched in the last 6 to 12 months, including our newest Code Assist, which I will talk a lot more about, that was announced just yesterday at CloudWorld for beta. And then on the very top are your applications, whether it is our SaaS applications that Oracle provides, or third-party applications, or your own applications are in that layer, and we provide services from the very next layer to easily get integrated into your apps. Going a little further on OCI generative services, how did OCI differentiate itself in the generative AI services that were built? We built the generative AI services for those folks that are business focused, which means you don't have to be ML experts, you don't have to be generative AI experts or even AI experts to use the solution that we built for generative AI. That meant we have to come up with very high quality pre-built models that know what model to pick for what use cases. That is the first pillar. The second pillar, if you are experts, if you are AI and ML people, if you are data scientists, we will allow you to easily customize those models with your own data. And as always, taking care of the privacy of that data, never to share that data, not only with the LLM providers that provide the base models, but also across customers. Even Oracle OCI will not get to see any of the data that you have trained your models with. All of this, again, inside of OCI, in any region, at any scale that you ask for. That is OCI Generative Services. All right, now enough about what Oracle has to offer. How does this help me, as a business owner, solve my problem? That's what we're going to look at next. So in this talk, this is what we're going to primarily focus on, those three pillars. How to build enterprise applications faster with AI. Applications are nothing without data, so how do you bring AI to your data to support those applications? And definitely not the least, once you've built this app and tested it with your data, how do you deploy it to the cloud and get it to your customers at the scale that you want? Those are the three main pillars that we're going to be talking about. Let's start with the most basic, which is how do I build my applications? Now, applications are built in two forms. One, from scratch, which a lot of enterprises, unfortunately, rarely do. And other, where you have the data from some other place, through some other workflow, and now you want to add some new features to it. So out comes Oracle Code Assist, which is going to help you not just write new applications, generate code, but adding testing, improvising your entire developer productivity process by taking away all the mundane tasks. I will talk a little bit about our no-code and low-code Apex systems that hopefully a lot of you in this audience are already using, and if not, that is a great platform to just get started with minimal expertise on building applications. Let's talk about Oracle Code Assist. This is something we launched, we're extremely proud of, that we launched yesterday in beta. For those of you who want to sign up towards the end, I will have a QR code that will help you sign up for Oracle Code Assist. Now, what was the opportunity that we were looking for? We at Oracle are very proud subject matter experts for Java, which is built in-house, our own PL SQL, because we built the database. NetSuite has its own language in SuiteScript, and last but not the least, OCI. We know these technologies the best. So we developed a code assist which is going to work for those technologies the best. It will work for all other technologies as well. Whether you're a Ruby developer or a Python developer, Oracle Code Assist will help. But we will be the most efficient when it comes to you guys using Oracle technology. Let me do a quick demo to demonstrate how Oracle Code Assist can help not developers, but a business persona. A lot of us here today are executives. Whatever we do in our day jobs, we always look at a ton of reports. And guess what? If a report is not there in a location that is expected to be, we don't have to look at it every day, every week, but the one time we want to look at it, it better be there. Making us search makes us feel frustrated. So let's imagine that we as executives want to be sure that a particular file, say it's talking about cost of usage of OCI every week. Let's say you get a report of that in a particular object store bucket. And you as an exec always expect it to be there. Now, you tell your developer, please make sure it's there. That developer creates an analytics pipeline and says, OK, it's going to go there. But sometimes the pipeline fails. It's okay if the pipeline fails. I at least want yesterday's data in there. I want something, when I click a link, it better be there. So I give that problem to a developer, and the developer goes, oh, now I have to learn OCI SDK. I have to go learn object store. I have to figure out how the semantics work, and then code it up, test it, make sure it doesn't have any bugs, and then ship it to you for a simple task of making sure a report always exists in an object store bucket. Let us see how Code Assist can help do that in just a couple of minutes. So here's a demo. As you can see, the developer has very nicely defined the name of the file, the name of the bucket, and they have a very simple comment out there that says, please do that. Check if a file exists. If not, copy it from a different location. All they do is right-click on it and say, Code Assist, generate the solution. The solutions get generated. You click, accept the solution. I'm a dev. The first thing you do is run it. See, this thing compiles. Does this thing run? It compiles, runs, but exception. That's also very common. What do I do next? I didn't even write the code. I don't know what the code does. I copy that exception, put it into my chatbot, and say, please help me figure out how to fix this thing. And there, it pops out a bunch of probable problems. You pick the first one and say, oh, I don't know if the bucket exists. So pop over to OCI's console. Bucket definitely doesn't exist. Create that bucket. Done. Go back. Run this code. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, it will work this time. Let's see. There, it works. You get a 200 response. But hey, I could have even written a 200 response without doing anything. So I'm going to go back to the bucket, make sure the file does exist. So again, back to console. I'm checking the bucket. There you go. Definitely there. File's there. So now you can see this didn't take a lot of time. It probably would take a real person using IntelliJ or VS Code 10 minutes at most to get it done. So again, a real business problem solved by Code Assist. Now, that was great. That's generating new code. As I said, we don't generate new code all day long. I'm bringing up here Jeff Hoffman from OCI, who runs an important service for us, and to see how he used Code Assist to help his developers become more productive. Jeff, welcome. All right.
So the team that I run actually reports to Suda as the containers, Kubernetes, and serverless platforms. So we have OCI functions, OCI Kubernetes engine, and the container instances service. These are all services that we offer externally, but we also do a lot to power other Oracle applications internally. So that's where we spend most of our time. You know that we've just gotten access to Code Assist not that long ago ourselves. It internally was made available to us as alpha. So we had a whole number of people kind of delve into it and explore it a little bit in our day-to-day uses.
Great. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about how you used Code Assist to help your teams do more for customers?
Sure. So the main thing that we found, some of the use cases aren't going to be surprising, unlike the kind of like business-oriented demo. These are people who I want spending their time thinking about really deep analytical challenges, and like they are motivated to solve really deep technical problems, and hosting, kind of like the workloads of all of the bigger Oracle services internally is a big challenge to them. I didn't expect this to solve all of their day-to-day problems. What I got back from them, though, was a surprising amount of insight in the kind of like more tedious or kind of boilerplate stuff that it took off of their plates. So it was really good at generating code, as you would expect, especially unit tests, surprisingly good at documentation. I got a lot of people that said, I was really pleased at the quality of the documentation that it generated for us. But we even had some folks that said, for light business needs, I maybe even had like 90% of a pull request generated by Code Assist, and I didn't have to modify it much. That's kind of better than I think I even expected going in. I will say one other thing that they pointed out that they really appreciated was, you already heard from Sudha that it was largely, I think, trained on Java and internal kind of like capabilities within OCI. We have a lot of code, as you might expect, that has a lot of dependencies on both of those things. It was really good at kind of helping somebody who is not deeply familiar with the part of the code that they are touching, kind of like build and kind of like factor context for whatever code that they were working on. That was a bonus. I don't think we expected that benefit.
So that's great. What you can see with what Jeff described is not just adding new code. Our developers do not spend majority of their time coding. They do a lot of other tasks. As you saw hopefully in the demo, we have a chatbot that helps you debug. One of the most powerful activity that we hope Code Assist will help people is in their day-to-day activity, especially when you deploy to cloud, when you see problems, helping them solve those problems faster. So whenever they have an issue, the amount of time they have the issue is reduced is one of our biggest hopes for Code Assist. One thing I would like to add to what Jeff was saying was, as you prompt in the chat, any data that you put in the chat is not recorded by Code Assist. So whatever questions you ask of your own code does not get transmitted to Oracle at all. Second, we train our models from publicly available code. Not only do we train from publicly available code, we have an internal copyright checking tool before we send the code out from Code Assist. So it should be secure and should be non-copyrighted code that we are emitting from Code Assist. We've taken care of basic privacy and security with Code Assist. Jeff, before I let you go, I want to ask you, if there's one advice that you would like to give customers who want to try Code Assist, what would that be?
I guess I would say the main thing to keep in mind, I don't think this will be a surprise to any of you, is this is an enhancement to already good engineering techniques, right? So if you have a team that you trust, this will make them more efficient. It will not replace the skills that you already rely on. So you really do need a human, I think, to still, just like with any tool in this space, be a sanity check to make sure that it's kind of like true to the content. There's actually a different kind of skill needed to communicate the context to a tool like this and get back what you're expecting. That takes a little bit of time to develop, and it takes people who understand the business problems they're trying to solve. So given all of that, what it hopefully will do for you is let your team concentrate on the really deeper business problems and not so much on the boilerplate code generation. It doesn't replace them, but the people that I've had on my team that have used it have been, I think, more productive and happier with it. So.
Great, he's talking about prompt engineering. New terms to learn. Right. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, thanks.
All right, and like I said, this is available in beta as of today. Please sign up, and we are optimized for everything Java is or Oracle is subject matter expertise for, including Java. All right, moving along. So now we got code to be written for OCI, maybe for your applications. But what if I start from data? I have a lot of data that I have generated from many workflows. How do I develop an application? Simple questions. Again, the same scenario that we spoke about with Oracle Code Assist. I, as an executive, maybe a salesperson, finance person, want to kind of know what is in the inventory, what I need to order. I have all of this data coming from various sources, but I don't have an application that understands natural language and is able to respond to queries from there. And I want a UX way. I do not want to connect to MySQL DB to be able to do this. How do I do this fast? Apex. Apex has been there for many, many years. However, this June, we announced Apex AI Assistant. What does Apex AI Assistant do? Apex AI Assistant helps exactly what I said. Use natural language to connect to your database via an app that Apex will help you write. Apex is already used by almost 1 million developers with 21 million apps. This data was from June. I'm sure a few millions have been added since then. 21 million apps already without AI Assistant were using Apex. We can only imagine how far this reach would be once we added Apex AI Assistant. Not only did we do Apex AI Assistant for you to develop your applications, we also help easily add conversational AI dialogues to your application. So the chat that most websites these days have, or a chat bot that you want your web pages to have, how to add that with AI is also there as part of Apex's AI release. The last feature, application working copy, for anybody that uses GitHub or any other source code management tool, you will be familiar with never touch code in production, always want to version it, want to take a copy, fix some things, and only merge what is really working back to master. That's application working copy. Just a very simple way for you to clone the working web page or Apex AI-based application, do your changes, test it, and then merge it back. That's application working copy. That is another feature that got released in June. Now, great. So I built the application, whether I used Apex, whether I used Code Assist, whether I have my wonderful developers already build the application. What's next? Bringing AI. Bringing AI into the data to test your apps and to make them actually useful for real-world data. What did we do for AI in data space? As you can see in this diagram, again, natural language processing is what we focused on. So we built agents that not only translate natural language queries to Oracle database, which is our strength, but we did this for any database that you can store your data on, whether it's HeatWave, whether it's open source OpenSearch, whether it's PostgreSQL, any database that can store your data, structured or unstructured, we have agents that can translate a natural language query to that DB. All right, great, I translated it, I got some data back. Now, I want to enhance that data with my specific fine-tuning of the context that I have done based on RAG agents. So we do that, number 3, which is retrieve the response, contextualize it, and then return the results back in the natural language that you asked the question for. That's what we've done. Now, while I've spoken about all the different types of knowledge bases that customers can have, I am going to take a moment to talk about Oracle 23 AI capabilities, which is one of the world's best database, which now has embedded AI capabilities. Again, semantic searches directly available in DB. RAG using REST APIs available out of the box. Not only did we do all of this, again, we did all of this in cloud. Everything that is available on-prem was available in Exadata in the cloud. Mission-critical applications that run at any scale on Exadata has these features out of the box. Again, you can see the focus on translating natural language. You don't need any agents. If you're using Oracle Database 23 AI, we have inbuilt natural language translation. Last, but definitely not the least, we support Oracle ML notebooks running on databases directly. Again, if you are that data scientist and you want to use data in Oracle 23 AI, ML people, data scientists, have a way to directly connect to the database and run their ML notebooks. Last but not the least, while we are Oracle database, we do support open network wherever we can. You can see that we have, in Oracle database, allowed for embedding models from Hugging Face. Any model, thousands of models in Hugging Face can be plugged into your Oracle database. Those models will translate the data into open neural networks exchange format, which will allow for any type of AI vector search to happen. Again, Oracle database, but coexisting with any other type of data from any other database in the world. All right, enough about data. What about other technologies? Again, Oracle is very open for, as you probably heard in Larry's keynote, we are in the multi-cloud era. We are in a place where customers have all the choices they want, from the cloud they run things on, to the languages and tools they use, to the frameworks they use for development, to the database they use to store their data. everything has to work together in one coherent ecosystem. And that is absolutely what we have done with Oracle. You can use any technology, any tool, open source and or otherwise, and we have services that will embed and work with your service where you are. Now, I'm going to take a minute to talk about integration. This is one of, again, those business problems that people spend a lot of time on. Here, Oracle Integration Cloud is in the leaders quadrant in Gartner, in the Gartner quadrant. Now, Oracle Integration Cloud has developed adapters for all those generative AI services that I was talking about to help those generative AI services connect with any type of application, SaaS and or your own third-party applications. All of this is available, as always, to be orchestrated at OCI. So we've not only taken care of the ecosystem that we have built, we've also made sure that the applications that you have built over the many years can be easily integrated into this new AI ecosystem that we at Oracle have built. All right, great. Now, we've built the application, we bought data into it. We've tested it. What's next? Make it production. How do you deploy and scale your applications for use cases that your customers want you to work on, and do it efficiently and effectively, cost being a big consideration. Here, again, we talk about the powerful AI infrastructure that we have at Oracle. As always, all of what I'm about to talk about is available in any type of cloud, from the 3-rack region to the thousands of racks. Our AI infrastructure works with great RDMA networking on bare metals, virtual machines, and on the Kubernetes framework, which I will take a minute to talk about. Kubernetes framework has become the de facto platform for running a lot of AI and ML workloads. AI and ML workloads actually have required the ability to scale up and scale down. That is inherent in Kubernetes as a framework. So when AI and ML took over in the last year or so, Kubernetes became the de facto platform to deploy those workloads. We at Oracle run an Oracle Managed Kubernetes Engine, or OKE. Some of the world's largest clusters run on OKE. Our largest cluster is over 20,000 nodes today. It is the supercluster that Clay was talking about earlier in his keynote. Now, a little bit more on OKE. OKE as a platform helps you with model development if you are into training large language models. If you are into fine-tuning, you can do that as well with OKE, and definitely inferencing is one of OKE's key strengths. All of our infrastructure is always priced excellently for the performance that it provides. That strength of ours comes through in OKE as well. With AI workloads, we have not only built OKE's defaults to be optimized for AI workloads, we have done so with security and resiliency in mind. OKE offers, like I said, enterprise-ready scale. There are very few companies in the world that can run clusters of 20,000 nodes, let alone manage multiple of those across any different type of cloud region. That is something OKE has from the very get-go. Now, as soon as we in OKE saw the cloud shift towards a lot of AI and ML workloads, we started developing features which will be useful for those workloads. So here at Open World, we have declared all of these features that are specific for our AI and ML workloads, especially the first one. For those of you who have been using Kubernetes, you know that Kubernetes scales up and down with a lot of CPU-driven metrics. Whether it's memory, whether it's storage, those, when they hit certain limits, certain thresholds, OK, or Kubernetes scales. But what about GPU? When you're running AI ML workloads, GPU is what is more constrained, not CPU. So we introduced observability for GPU and RDMA nodes so you can scale your Kubernetes based on those metrics and not necessarily on CPU. Ubuntu is the most popular OS for AI/ML workloads, and we've launched managed Ubuntu support as well. All of the other features, especially the OpenID Connect, which means we can interop with your on-prem Kubernetes clusters that probably do not use OCI's identity and access management policies and tokens, can also be done. As you can see, we are investing in the portfolio that is going to help you run your applications in a very open environment, co-working and living with multiple clouds with multiple different application types. All right, a lot of talking about what we at Oracle have done. How about we bring one of our largest customers and partners on stage to help tell you the story about how all of this helped them become successful in their business. Please join me in welcoming Roberto on stage from B3.
Thank you.
Hey, Roberto.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Why don't we get started with talking about a little bit of what B3 is?
So what is B3? B3 is the exchange, the Brazilian exchange. So we provide services for infrastructure services for financial and capital markets in Brazil. I think we are the biggest one. We are also the 6th exchange in the world by capital market. So we are the main source, or main, I would say, field for our customers to play. So we are the only solution for market infrastructure in Brazil.
Great.
And one thing that I think we're going to discuss a little bit about Synacor, right?
Absolutely.
Which is a case that we have at the exchange. Synacor, if I may say, is the solution that our brokers in Brazil use to operate their middle and back office services. So although we also provide infrastructure, Synacor is like a business unit inside of B3, providing also software services for the exchange participants in the Brazilian market. So we are in both sides regarding the marketplace, right?
So that's great, which is basically we are a platform. B3 uses Synacor as their platform as they build applications on top of that, both internally and for their partners and customers. Great. Why don't you help describe what problem you were trying to solve when you came to OCI?
Great question. What's the challenge with Synacor? Synacor is a very old solution. We have around 25 years old application. And the challenge with that is that we need to move to a better solution to our customers, which are the brokers in Brazil. And for that purpose, we need to develop a solution that is more friendly, is more flexible, and as well as cloud native, and connect to our clients in a better way. So, and we partner with Oracle in this way, right? So we have an initiative regarding software on one side, and we also have a partnership to provide infrastructure on the other side with Oracle. So we are, playing on both sides regarding the services for our customers in Brazil. Awesome.
Why don't you talk to us about some of the goals that you had while you were trying to make this transition?
That's a very good question. The goals that we have connects very much with the challenge that we have in place in Brazil regarding Synacor. So modernization itself is a goal because we need to do the transition of the platform. And the challenge for the transition within the platform on our customers, since currently the solution is on premises, we have 2 ways to do that. First of all, develop a solution cloud native, as well as provide the infrastructure for them to move to the cloud, right? So by the end of the day, we are selling infrastructure together with to our customers in Brazil. And the benefits from that is that once we do this process, what happens is that our customers benefit a lot on their side as well. Cost-wise, operational-wise, so they got a lot of benefits regarding that. And on our side, we can also, instead of providing support for 65 different infrastructures, we can consolidate everything in one place and make it easier for us to provide the necessary support for that business, right? And the other thing is that on the supply chain that we have in Brazil, also the investors themselves that use the brokers are going to benefit from that.
Absolutely. It looks like you were standardizing your platform from a 25-year-old on-prem onto cloud, and you have to move all your partners along with that, keeping the interfaces as similar as possible with reduction in cost, and obviously taking advantage of all the benefits of cloud, including high availability and resiliency.
And also keep the plane flying, right? Because if
absolutely, yes,
there,
you're changing the wheels of a running train. So
and we had to be very intelligent on this way, because since we have everything in production already, so to do the transition, we need to be smart. So the idea for that is to do a decoupling on the platform. So we are creating a new layer, which is called native, above the Synacore platform itself, that is going to anticipate a lot of the processes that we do by the end of the day with our customers. By doing that, we anticipate a lot of the process, create a lot of benefits on the operational side. We reduce risk for our customers, and we anticipate a lot of processes. So they're going to gain around 3 to 4 hours on the closing of the day on their side as well. And this is a lot of representative, very much representative, because this means money, right? Because you have to allocate team there in order to process, to provide information to their customers as well. Since they're anticipating, all the benefits going to go to the whole chain of the processes afterwards.
All right, can you talk to us in a few words about how OKE helped you solve this problem?
OKE is kind of, we are using Oracle on the infrastructure side, and also to develop our software. And it's been great to work with Oracle. We got a lot of support from Oracle in Brazil. The team is here. So I thank you very much for all the support you guys provide us there. And I think we are on the right path to evolve and even capture more initiatives within our customers and provide more value by the end of the day. So it's been great.
Thank you so much for being a wonderful partner to Oracle, to your customers, and we do hope all of the goals that you listed have been achieved or will continue to be achieved over the years that you run your platform on OCI. Thank you again.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I want to bring it home. In the last few minutes that we have, I want to talk a little bit about an example where AI truly impacted human life. This particular example is very near and dear to me. We have a premier institution in the United States that works on cancer cure. And they were trying to not just treat cancer, they were trying to treat the rarest of rare cancers. Now, in order to do this, they needed to run multiple ML training models simultaneously. The faster they ran these models, the faster their data trained, and the faster they would be able to find cure for the rarest of diseases. When this particular example came to us, it was so fulfilling to see them talk 100x improvement in something that matters to human life. They went from running tens of models simultaneously to thousands of models. So much so that one of their leading scientists told us, if we run it this way, we will not only get rid of our on-prem hardware that they have, that they've been using for many years to do this, but their research velocity will increase by multiple folds. This, to me, is all the work that we do affecting human life. And this was possible. Again, it's not like Caltech paid a lot. Same price, they were able to do more with our hardware, with our GPU infrastructure, and with everything that we had to offer in our AI platform. With that, I would like to end with confirming the 3 pillars that we started talking about. What does Oracle do to help improve developer productivity using the Gen AI services and Code Assist? How does Oracle help bring AI to your data, irrespective of the database that you use, and how to make those applications scale really, really well in the cloud using OCI infrastructure. These are some of our partners. You met a couple on stage, but there are more. We couldn't fit everything in one slide. These are some of our partners that use most of our technologies, if not all of them, to solve their real-world problems. And this is my last slide. That is a QR code for our AI Solutions Hub, which can help you get started with dealing with some real-world AI scenarios and finding solutions using the various products Oracle has to offer. There are a bunch of links to whether you want to discover new stuff, whether you want to certify yourself, or you want to build AI solutions. With that, thank you so much for attending, and hope you all have a great and wonderful rest of Oracle CloudWorld.